we are going to discuss about the SAP installations. SAP installations, installing the SAP systems. So yesterday we have seen how to download the SAP software. It's a very straightforward. Just to go to the software downloads, just to download the all those things, right? So am I audible, right, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So we can download the the softwares and keep it ready in the application server level, right? So that is what we discussed. So today we are going to discuss about the SAP installations. So before we go and start the SAP installations, here we have to discuss about the some technical terms, here. So so here when we are doing the SAP, when we are working in the SAP environments, SAP system side, here we have to normally, there is a few words we will call it, we will normally daily usage we will call, right? So this is called the technical terms. So one is the SID, then second one is the instance number. So then host name, then app server name, right? Instance, right? So computer name, right? So under RAM, LAN, right? So LAN, RAM, application server name, so applications instance name, host name, instance number, so clients, users, right? So client, users, so all these words will come here, right? So here as part of this concept here, so first of all, what is mean by SID? SID means system identification. First of all, we are going to start the installation. So as is the first topic is the SAP installations. As part of SAP installations, here we would like to know what is mean by SID. Why? Because during the installation screen, we will get the SID. So that we should know, right, what we have to give the SID here. So SID means system identification. System identification. So here in SAP, so when you are installing the each and every system or product, we have to give the one name. We have to give the one naming convention here to connect to the others will connect to the us. They will use the same name. They will connect to the SAP system here. So that's the reason we have to give the name here, SID, system identification. So normally in the outside, how for born babies, how we are giving the naming ceremony, namings to the babies. Same way here also, when you are building the one new SAP system means, so then we have to give the one SID, one name to that baby. So same as like here for SAP, the naming convention always should be the SID naming convention. It's like length is three alpha numeric characters. Numeric, so characters, which means the first letter, it should be the alphabet only. In the A to Z, any number you can give it here. Any number you can give, any alphabet number you can give it here. So it should not like one, should not like it starts with the one here. So it should be starts with the, so it should be starts with the uh, others. Are you able to hear me voice, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah. Vivek, what you can do, just you can disconnect and reconnect here. Vivek, just to disconnect and again you can connect it. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So So 3 alphanumeric characters. So these are the basics here. Okay, alphanumeric characters means, so normally depends upon the product, which we are going to. Normally the people A, B, C, X, Y, Z. So like that we can give it like RAB1, RA11, like we can give it, but it should not be like 1AB, right? Why? Because it should not starts with the letter number. Okay, so 3 alpha numeric characters. SID is 3 alpha numeric characters here. SID is 3 alpha numeric character. It should give it here. So normally uh, people like customers, how we will give you, like depends upon the product. Suppose if you are installing the ECC, then we will see like ECD, so ECQ, ECP, like development, quality, production, ECR, like that. So that by seeing this SID, we will come to know this is the ECC product related development systems. Then NetWeaver development, so NetWeaver quality, so NetWeaver production, something like that we will give it here, right? So, and also if it's the CRM, CCD, or whatever, like CRD, so like CRQ. So some people, the first letter should be the product, second letter should be the your customer. So the third letter would be the environment, like that. So they will give you. Otherwise, some people they will go EC1, so then EC2, then EC3, something like that. They will put it depends upon their strategy. They will follow it here. Each and the company there is a strategy here. So for simple naming convention purpose, simple understanding purpose, they will give the SIDs here so that others also can remember the easily here, right? That is the SID. So normally for born babies, how we are giving the so names, the first letter should be the father, second letter would be the grandfather, something like that we are giving, right? Same as like here also, for simple naming convention purpose, we have to give here, right? So that is the one thing here. So the next one is the instance number. So same for each person, how we have the name and Aadhaar number, same as like here also. So for each SID, there is a instance number. The instance number always starts with the 00299, 00299 here. So 00299 here. So any number you can give it here, but here the 99 is reserved for router. Apart from that 99, so you can give the any number to the one SID here. Any number you can put it to the SID here. So why? Because so it's not only naming convention we are differentiating, with the instance number also we are differentiating here. Why? Because when you are connecting to the SAP system, you have to use these parameters to connect it the particular SAP system here. So that is the reason here SID instance numbers are the very important here. The next one is the host name. Host name means server name, computer name. In the Linux, this is the one. Host name means in the Windows, normally we will call it as this is called the host name. This computer name is called the host name. This is the computer name. In the Linux, the same word is called the so host name. This is the computer name in the Windows level, right? So in the Linux, same word it is called the so host name here. App server name here. App server name means you are installing the SAP application on this operating system, right? You are installing the SAP on here in this operating system. So this is called the app server name. This is called the app server name here. This is called the app server name. Okay, this is called the app server name here. Right? So then when you are installing the SAP, if you install the SAP on this operating system, this is the SAP application server name. App server name means app server. If you install the DB on this host, this is the DB application server name. DB application server name, right? So like that, we will call it as the app server name. So instance name. So when you are doing the SAP installations, when you are doing the SAP installation, after the installation, they are the two instances will be created by default. Two instances will be created. So that detailed discussion during the installation, I will explain you. Okay. For now, we can remember the two instances will be created. Two instances will be created here. So computer name, Windows level, our server name is called the computer name. RAM, already physical RAM name. LAN cable, network, right? Clients means in SAP, so there is a client concept here. In SAP, we want to log into the SAP system. If you are working in the system, so you are not only logging with the user ID and password, you need to enter the client number also. The client. So the client number always starts with the 0002 999. Instance number, how we have the 002 999. The client here always starts with the 0002. So 999 here. Any client we can log in, we can do the our business, client business here. So it depends upon the inside of the client, we have to do the business. The more regarding that instance, that clients, so you will get once the installation is completed, you will get more now. Okay. So now let's start the installation now here. Okay. The installation softwares are SWPM, right? So kernel, then exports. So here, then DB client. So these are the softwares which we discussed yesterday. SAP host agent, SAP host agent here. So these are the softwares are required to perform the installations here. Then we discussed about the how to download the softwares also, right? Here to log into the SAP, here you require the SAP Marketplace ID, that is called the S user ID. Yes, user ID you required here. Okay. Yes, user ID you required here. Now let's start the SAP installations here, right? Installations, to start the SAP installation, we need to log in here. So once again, let me show you how to log into the our practice server here, right? So just you can just click on the run MSDSC, or just you can just go to the here search, you can just enter the RDP, then you will get the remote desktop icon. One prompt you will get here. Here you can enter the our IP address without any spaces. You just enter the your IP address here. Then enter the user ID. Just enter the user ID here, your user ID. Okay. So then click on the connect button. Then it will ask the password. The passwords and all I will share you who don't have the access here. Okay. Then you can enter the password. Then just you can log into the our practice server. So why? Because tomorrow you have to log in with the same way real-time environment we have to log in. So if you log in here, then you will get practice here. Okay, you will get practice here. So this way I have logged into the system here. So here you see here in the C drive we have the SAP softwares are available here. Here we have downloaded the all the softwares we have kept into the here, right? We have placed into the here. So installation, first we have to installations. Here we have the kernel, exports, and SWPM. So DB client already we have installed, DB already installed. So because before SAP installation, DB we have to install it here. Database we have to install it here. That is the prerequisite activity here. So, but we have separate database topic, HANA administration. That time you will come to know how to install the database on top of SAP. Why? Because SAP is the three-tier architecture, which means we have the presentation layer, then we have the SAP layer, then we have the database layer here, right? We have the database layer here. So database layer means it's like kind of storage here. So the request come from here. You are here, right? From here, you will access the SAP application. From SAP will depend on the database here. Why? Because SAP will store the data whatever you done the transaction in the IRCTC, whatever, wherever you have done it, means one application. So that application will store the data into their own database here, right? They have own database here. So this is the SAP here, right? So here, this is the presentation layer, which means your application, your SAP GUI, your logon pad, your browsers. These are the you are here. Basically, you are here to connect to the SAP. Now we are building the SAP. We are installing this SAP application for your business, right? On top of database. Why? Because DB is the base. On top of DB, we have to install the SAP here, right? So that is the reason. Just installation, we have a DB already there here, right? Database already there. So suppose we go to the task manager Windows level. So go to the services here. Here you can see the SQL server. SQL server here. So the SQL server already running, which means the DB is already running here. Okay, the database already running here. So here you can see the task here. So now let's start installation with the SWPM tool. So installation always, SWPM is the tool to start the installation. So remember this word. So installation has to start with the SWPM tool. SWPM is the tool. Software Provisioning Manager is the tool. There we can start the installation. We can start the installation here, SWPM tool here, right? In the SWPM, open the SWPM folder. Here you will see the SAP INST, SAP INST. So just to go to the C drive, softwares, then here SWPM, then double click on the SAP INST. So why? Because installation we have to start with SWPM tool, means we have to open the SWPM tool. In this tool, we have to provide the inputs for installations. We have to provide the inputs for the installations here. So that is the reason we need to give the, we need to open the, we need to start the SWPM tool. How to start the SWPM tool means, just go ahead and so just click the, go to the SWPM folder. So you just SAP INST. So how you will get means, we need to extract this file. Normally yesterday we have downloaded the swpm.sar file, we have downloaded. Then we need to extract it. In SAP, any file, if you want to extract it, what we have to do, we need to execute the one command, right? SAP car-xvf. This is the command, very important command to extract the files. If it is a zip file, normally right click and we will unzip it. If it is the tar, we will do the untar, right? So same like it is the SAR file, SAP SAR file. The extension is the SAR file here. So for this one, what we will do, .sar, we will do it here. .sar file, we have to uncar it. We will use the SAP car space -xtf, then file name SWPM. So maybe 10, full name we have to give it, but I am giving the star and giving. So this is getting extracted. You see, the file is getting extracted here. So the file is getting extracted. In this folder, the file is getting extracted here. So this way, we have to do the extraction of the any file, not only SWPM file, anything. So we have to do the extraction here. So you see here, the files got extracted here, right? So this way we have to extract it, open the, so double click it, it will open the URL in the browser. Then just open the your browser here. Chrome, just open in the Chrome. So Chrome, it will be very nice, right? So this is the URL which is generated by the your SWPM tool. Here, this is the host name, this is the port number. So SWPM, most common interview question is, what is the port number for the SWPM tool? So 4237. It is the most important common interview question. So so have you done the SAP installations? Yes. So what is the port number for the SWPM tool? 4237. 4237 is the installation port number, SWPM tool port number. So without this port number, SWPM tool, it won't open here, right? So just I have it is opened. Click on this button. Then it is asking the user ID and password. Then give the user ID here. The password. Normally, from which user you started, you have to give that user ID here. Okay. So here I logged in with the administrator user. Then I have opened here. So then this screen you will get here. Okay. This screen you got it now, right? This screen you got it now. So here, what and all the things you can do here, SWPM tool here, right? Here you can see the S4 HANA 2023 product. We can install it 2022. Then S4 HANA and SAP NetWeaver 7.52, 7.51, 7.5, and also in the business suite system. The business suite system means so CRM, ERP, SCM, SRM systems. So then solution manager, MDM. So in identity management. So many things, options. So many things you can do the installations, uninstallations, rename, adding the new apps, or all those things we can do it using the SWPM tool. SWPM tool. Using the SWPM tool. So what is the usage? SWPM tool usage. Usage means what are the activities we can perform? We can install, right? We can uninstall. Then we can rename, right? We can add additional app server, add additional app servers here, add additional app servers here. So like that, so multiple things we can install it here. So this is the usage of the SWPM tool. And port number 4237. It's the common port number wherever you go, in which client, which operating system. So in anywhere, if you go and start the SWPM tool, this is the port, and this is the common interview point of question here. Okay. So this is the SWPM tool here, right? So you have opened here. Now in the SWPM tool, so now what is the product you are going to install? You need to select that product. So suppose I'm going to install the small NetWeaver product here. ECC may take longer time. So everyone to practice, it will take time. So once the ECC practice is, once the NetWeaver is done, this is the NetWeaver exports. Okay, very small software. This is the, once everyone is done, in place of NetWeaver exports, you will get the ECC exports here. So similar installations, you don't get any extra load here. Okay, so here NetWeaver 7.5, we are doing the installations here. Okay, NetWeaver 7.5, we are doing the install. That's why I selected the NetWeaver 7.5 here. Why? Because it's a small system, right? So if you expand it, NetWeaver 7.5, here it is asking the on top of which database you are going to install, right? It will give the DB2, MaxDB, SQL Server, HANA. So you can choose the SQL Server, right? Then what you are going to install it. So here we are doing the installations, then select the installations. So what installation? Application server ABAP. So we are going to install the application server ABAP, right? So it's not the Java. Java is a different concept. So it's a application server ABAP. We are going to install it. Then select this button. Then here the installation options here. We have the options. We have the 3 types of installation options here, right? You are on the same page, right? Any questions from here? Anyone?
Ravindra, what has a best practice, which user we will be using for the launching the SWPM in general?
Which tool? Which tool
No,
and
no, which user? Like SAP ADM or root,
super
which user?
user, maybe the user who has some administrator rights. So that
Okay,
user we have to use it. So otherwise, because while doing this installation, it will create the some folders here, some folders and some files. It will create it at the operating system level. So
okay.
if your user does not have sufficient permissions, the installation got interrupted in middle. So better who has proper permissions. I mean to say proper permissions. So then that user can go ahead and install it, that one.
So you mean to say for Linux or Unix server, you can use the root
Root
user?
user. Yeah, root user, you can use it. In the Windows level, we can use the administrator or your own users, we can use it. Whatever the users are created, your own users, you can use it. So no problem. You can use it your own users.
But in the real time, they give the root user, or will assign
It
any
depends. It depends upon the
customer.
customer and the organization. So suppose if you ask me in my company, we will use the root user each and everything. So
Okay.
suppose if I see the one of my friend, they won't share the root user. The Linux team, they won't share the root user. So just
But SAP has best practice. We're supposed to use a super user, that is the root user, right?
yeah, the
Best practice.
super user. That is the
Okay.
best. Why? Because
Thanks.
here multiple folders, multiple locks will be created at operating system level. So if you don't have permission, suppose your SWPM is going to create the file here in this C drive in this folder. If you don't have access, then what will happen? It won't create the any log file. If it is not allowing to create the log file here, then installation will be interrupted in middle. So we may
Okay.
face the multiple issues. So that's the reason. So we have to better who has the proper permissions or so maybe administrator rights. You can
Okay.
go ahead and you can install the system.
Yeah.
Any other questions from anyone? Are you clear up to here? Okay. So once again, so you can see here, once you open the SWPM tool, you will see the welcome page. In the welcome page, you see here, so we have the list of products which you are going to install it. All the products will be displayed. So here we are not choosing all those things here. So we are what product we are going to install currently for temporary now. We are going to install the NetWeaver 7.5. No, I'm going to install the ECC means then you can select the ECC is the business suite systems here. ECC is the business suite systems here. In the business suite systems, just to expand the business suite system, then what you are going to install? CRM, then select the CRM. Then you are going to install the ECC, then ECC, then which database? So suppose SQL, then okay, or HANA database, then select the HANA database. Then you are doing the installation, select the HANA database, then you are installing the application server above. Then you can choose the standard system. You can choose the standard system. Then you can do the installations. So here, suppose like this is the ECC. So no, I am not going to install the ECC. Just small system I want to try first. Then I can go with the ECC later. Then you can go with the 7.5 here. So then here which database? So SQL Server, small database, small system. Then installations, right? Application server above. Then what type of installation you are going to do here? So here you can see the standard. There are the three types of installations are available here. So standard installations, distributed installation, high availability. Standard installations means so both SAP and DB on. So suppose the example, this is our operating system, right? OS, Windows OS. So here you have installed the DB on the same operating system. You are installing the SAP on here also. So both are in the same OS operating system. SAP and database both are installing on the same operating system. Then this is called the standard operating standard installation. Standard installation. This is called the standard installation here. Right? Standard installation. SAP and DB on same operating system standard. So no, I have a big customer. I don't have issues with the license. I have budget. So then what you can do, you can install the SAP on one host, DB on the one more operating system. SAP. So here DB, here SAP. So you can install both are in the different. So here in this way, there is no load on this operating system. But cost wise, you need to purchase the license for this operating system. You need to purchase the license for this operating system. Then here, so the maintenance, network, storage, all those things we have to allocate for this operating system and this operating system. Means the cost wise, this is very offensive by choosing the distributed operating system. So some customers, they don't want to go for the everything in the single host. Why? Because if both are in the single host, what will happen? If something is happens with the SAP or database, if something is happened here, then this is also will be impacted. If this is happening, this is also will be impacted here. Why? Because both are running in the one operating system. If the operating system level something is happened, then entire you have to restart the DB, you have to restart the SAP, all those things you need to do the restarts, right? So that is the reason here. So that depends upon the customer budget. We choose either single, standard, or distributed, we choose it here, either this one or this one we will choose. Okay, so that is a single, standard, this one. So there is a one more is there, that is called the high availability. This is called the clustering concept. It's a very high clustering concept here. So here there is a primary data center. They will maintain the SAP in the two environments here. One is the primary data center in the UK and secondary data center in the US here, right? So here they will install the SAP and a database here. Here also they will install the SAP and a database here. Same SID, same SID, same database, same database. License wise, cost wise, okay. But here both will be there. From here, from DB to DB, there is a replication. This procedure also we are going to discuss in our coming classes, right? Data will be replicated. So this is the primary. They will call it as this is the secondary. So this is the secondary here. So this is the, suppose like banking sector, banking business here. This is the banking server. So the user is connecting to, so this application is connecting to this SAP application and is doing the business here, right? He is logging to the SAP, is doing here. Suddenly, in the UK, due to floods or due to forever fluctuation, this entire data center in the UK region, entire data center is gone. Now, how your entire business will be down, right? Here, so no need here. But here, if you choose the high availability concept here, if your primary data center is down here, what will happen? The users can connect to your secondary data center also. Why? Because the data is replicated here. Whatever the user IDs, passwords, data, transactions, logs, whatever is middle, everything will be so mapped to your secondary data center. That is called the secondary data center. Normally, we will call it as the disaster data center, DR. So production, DR. So multiple names. So then they will bring up the DR. Then the business will run from the DR data center from the US region. So if this is a down, this is one. That's why they will do the backup plan, DR plan. So it's a most of the mission critical systems. Mission critical system means banking sector systems, right? In the shopping malls, suppose like the shopping mall servers. So there is a mission critical servers. These all are the mission critical servers here. So those will be in the high availability environment here. So they will maintain the one data center in one country, another data center in the one other country, so that if something is happened in the primary, so then they will bring up the secondary. So then they can do the business from in this data center. While we are working on in the primary data center, the business will run, right? So this is the high availability concept here. So most of the customers, the production environment, they will go for the high availability. Why? Because The business is very important for them, right? So for every business, for their small business also, it's very important for them. That is the reason. So they will go for the high availability environment. That is also we will discuss in our classes when you are discussing about the database topics here. Okay. So here
రవీందర్ ఇక్కడ హై అవైలబిలిటీలో హోస్ట్ నేమ్ కూడా సేమ్ హోస్ట్ నేమ్ ఉంటుంది సెకండరీ
same
సర్వర్.
ఉంటుంది. Yeah, same host name. Same host name. Only IP
Okay.
will be changed here. Just IP
Okay.
changed.
బట్ సేమ్ నెట్వర్క్ లో ఓకే డిఫరెంట్ ఐపీ విత్ సేమ్ హోస్ట్ నేమ్స్ అంతే కదా కాన్సెప్ట్.
Yes, right.
ఓకే.
డిఫరెంట్ డేటాబేస్ యూజ్ చేయొచ్చు కదా.
No. Same database. Same database.
డేటాబేస్ సేమ్ అయితే కనుక
Replicator. Replication
అవ్వదు.
Same. Whatever SID you are keeping here, same SID, same SAP product. Whatever the SID, database SID, same database SID, you need to keep it.
ఓన్లీ నెట్వర్క్ అండ్ ఇట్స్ ఐపీ చేంజ్ అవుతుంది.
Yes, right. Similar, same to same. Whatever the
Yeah.
data is coming to the here, whatever the data, suppose like ABC data is coming to the here means same data will go to the database level. Then same data will go to the this database level. There is a replication concept, HANA replication. So database replication concept. So this replication concept also we have the one concept in our classes. So how to configure this replication primary to secondary, how the data will be replicated, all these things in the database topic, then you will get more idea. So data will be replicated here. So suppose user log into the here, is entering to the one company code, is entering to the one transaction here means the transaction will be saved into the database level here. As soon as here it is saved, then immediately it will go to the here, or depends upon the replication mode. First it will go to the secondary, then it will next it will store the data here. So depends upon the replication mode saved here. So then the data here it is available, here also it is available here. So in worst case scenario, this is down, maybe we have the cluster concepts. So sometimes some customers, they will use the clustering concept here, primary, secondary. So clustering concept, which means suddenly this is down, you don't need to manually bring up this one. Automatically this will be up. Automatically this will be up here. So there is one more scenario, primary and secondary, production and DR concept. There are two or three scenarios are there in the high availability concept. So that those things also will be available here. So that here, so they will install the, so here they will install the, so they will connect to the virtual IP here, so that this virtual IP pointing to the primary and secondary here. If this is the down, and they will connect to the secondary automatically. No need to bring up the here. Automatically it will be fail over to the here. There is a tools, cluster tools here. So cluster tools will help. Something wrong with the primary, immediately the secondary database will come into the secondary system will come into the picture here automatically. So the DR disaster recovery scenario, then we have the manually bring up the DR. But here you don't need to manually bring up here. Just automatically it will be fail over.
So will this work as a load balancer?
Yeah, load balancing side. That's right. But load balancing side is, load balancer means whenever the primary is busy, then it will assign to the one more server. But here the here is not the load balancing. Even primary busy, or when the primary is not accessible, something is happened in the my primary, then your cluster services will fail back to the here. That will happen.
Right. So this will maintain the redundancy, right?
Right.
Maintain the redundancy.
Right. So here, yeah.
Small question on similar to this software SWPM. Like when you extracted that SWPM with the command that is SAP space hyphen XVF, right?
Right, XVF. So yeah, this is the command here. SAP car hyphen XVF. XVF means extract. Sometimes they may ask you extract verbose file. So then file name dot SAR. So then it will be extracted. All the files will be extracted. Suppose if you have the zip file, what we will do? Right click and you will do the unzip. Right click and you will do the, if it is a zip file, you right click and you will do the unzip, unrar, something like that. It's the SAR file. It is the SAP archive. SAR means SAP archive. R means SAP archive. So XDF means extract, same verbose file.
And sir, after extraction, or in that folder, I
You will
saw
get the
that
binaries. You will get the files and binaries, everything you will get here after the extraction of the SWPM. You will get the all these folders and all those things you will get. Here you need to double click the SAP INST.
and this will where it will take after clicking on doing a double click on this.
If you double
Will it
click it, it will open the URL in the browser. This URL, it will open the URL in the browser. Then you need to just to click this one, but this is opening in the Internet Explorer. Just to copy this URL, open in the Chrome here. Like this, you can open in the Chrome. Then Chrome is it's a very user friendly. You can open in the Chrome, so it will open the URL here. So then it will display here like this. Then here depends upon the product which you are going to install it here. Then you can choose that product here. Suppose here we are installing the NetWeaver 7.5. Then select the NetWeaver 7.5. Then what is the database? SQL Server. Then we are doing the installation. We are installing the application server ABAP. So we have ABAP. Why? Because here ABAP team, they will write the code. That's why we have the application server ABAP. So application server ABAP, we have to select it here. Then then standard installation, then standard. Why? Because SAP and DB we are installing on the same data, same host we are installing. So standard installation. Then you will next screen you will get like this here.
Alright, I mean, like, but however, this will ask me to log in with my credentials, right? When the browser will when I'll open the link in the browser of Chrome, so then it will ask me to enter my credentials.
Right, you have to enter the credentials. You have to enter your own credentials. You have to enter it. You have to enter your own credentials. You have to enter it here.
Alright,
Then,
and so the credentials which you allotted to us, so those are like uh, those are not admin based, right? So we cannot download from the SAP market.
to download the SAP software, you need the S user ID. Your user is not the S user ID. Your user is only this application server only you can access. Your user is only applicable for this one. Your user is not the S user ID. So you cannot download any softwares from the S user ID. S user ID cannot be shared with anyone. It's a organizational specific user. So it cannot be shared with the S user ID. So what you have to do, you have already softwares are there here. So then you will not get chance to download any softwares. Just but softwares already there here. You have to use the softwares, whatever there in this folder.
The organization also, it will be already all the softwares, required softwares will be downloaded, or we have to do it.
That depends. That depends upon your company.
So at that time we have to
I
create
cannot
one
tell like
folder.
I cannot comment like if I comment now. So tomorrow you will call me, sir, my organization already downloaded. Then you said like we have to download it, right? So any person should download. First of all, any person, either me or you or your manager or your senior manager or anyone, first of all, we have to download the software. Without downloading the software, how can we use it, right? So maybe if someone helping you to already downloaded softwares, that is fine. If nothing is there, then we have to download it.
So we have to create one folder, and we have to gather all the downloaded softwares like this.
Right.
Then
Right, like this we have to create one folder, place it into the here. Why? Because instead of going as the multiple folders, multiple softwares, if you place into the one folder, so everybody can easily understand. Okay, SAP softwares means here we have the softwares are available. Okay, these are the SAP softwares. So like that they can understand easily.
All right.
I mean, how do we know that standard or distributed, or they will give the requirement which one we have to install it?
Right, right.
According to that, we have to do it.
Right, right.
Can you show me how to extract again once again if it is possible?
Which one?
Anyone extract, how to extract the file?
Okay. So we have to open the command prompt. Okay. Anything we have to extract, we have to do it in the command prompt. So if you know how to open the command prompt means just a CMD, you can type it here. The command prompt will be opened. Otherwise, so if you are in the file browser, just to here you can click it out here. Just you can type here CMD, enter. Then directly it will open the command prompt here. Okay. Here, so just to, what file you are going to extract it here, we are going to extract the SWPM. This is the file. Just copy this file here. Okay. Then what is the command we have to use to extract the file? SAP car space -xpf space and paste here. Then enter. Then that will be extracted.
Okay, file name after enter. And you told that SAR like that. What is that SAR?
This is the file extension. This is the file extension. You can
Okay,
see the
okay.
file extension. If it is a .pdf, .text, .ppt like that, right? The file extension is always like SAP related any file. The extension will be the .sar.
Yeah, okay.
So like all the files like in the NetWeaver and like for CRM, SRM, whatever system like we are downloading the files, all those file extension will be .sr.
Yeah,
Right.
suppose if you see the kernel, so kernel related all files are .sar, .sar, right? So it's a kernel if you have the .sar files here. If it is a NetWeaver, NetWeaver is not the .sar file. Exports are not .sar. It's like some exports will be created. It's not the .sar format. There is some folder naming convention. Normal folders it will be created here. So that is the NetWeaver exports here. So SWPM kernel or the SAP host agent or the .sar in the form of .sar. Remaining all are not .sar format.
Okay. And so just before you proceed, what I understood is like with the help of SWPM, once you extract the file, you get the installer icon. Double click on that, it will route you to the SAP site wherein you would be able to install, right?
Right, right.
Okay. And with so with this installation, like after this, you will perform NetWeaver installation and you'll perform kernel installation, kind of other steps, right?
Right, right. So here it will ask us to provide the software's location. Please provide the software location for the kernel. Please provide the software location for the exports. Okay. So it will ask the
Right.
kernel. So once you first you have to open the SWPM. Then in the SWPM it will ask the all the inputs here. Here the first input we have to in the define parameter section here. So here, so just click go with the next button here. Choose the default option. Just click on the next button here. In the next button, so it will ask the all the inputs here. All the inputs means please provide the SID, please provide the kernel software, please provide the export software, please provide the that one, this one. So like that we have to enter it here. So all the inputs only it will give the so 1 hour. 1 hour it will inputs for 1 hour. 1 hour it will take to give the inputs here. So remaining 4 to 5 hours it will take WPM after inputs giving. Then after 4 to 5 hours it will take the installations completion and everything. So almost 5 to 6 hours it will take for the each SAP installation here. It is a small product, 4 hours it will take. If you take the ECC, it will take the 8 hours also sometimes. So that depends upon the our network server behavior and everything here. See here, now it is asking the SAP SID. So without you giving, we cannot proceed. So SID definitely we have to provide. So if I provide one AB, then it won't take. It's invalid entry. Then definitely we have to give the one SID here. Suppose I'm NetWeaver product I'm installing NetWeaver. So development I'm doing NetWeaver development, something like that I have given, right? Right? Just click on the OK. Then it will take you into the next screen here. So here, whatever the inputs you are giving, if this is the correct, then only it will go to the next screen. Otherwise, it won't go to the next screen here. Okay, so here it is asking the domain name, DNS name. So we don't have any DNS, just unclick. So uncheck. Why? Because some companies they have .mycompany.com domain name. If you have the domain name, we can set domain name. We don't have any domain name, just uncheck, just click on the next button. It's not required. It's optional. So here, next step, it is asking the passwords. Okay, just give the passwords here.
Sir, one thing that what was the destination you have given?
Destination.
Like one location after that SID. There is some
C drive.
I think
In the first
C
step,
drive.
That will take automatically. I have not given anything.
Okay.
That will take automatically. Where your SAP softwares are there, we have only one drive. Only that drive
Yeah,
only
okay.
it's taken. Okay, that drive only it's taken.
Sir, will it be like in this way, like where the operating system is installed, it will give the part to that drive only, right? That's for my understanding, what I know.
No, if for my here in this operating system, in this operating system, so I have C drive and D, only C drive is there. So if I have D drive, E drive, I can make it the D drive, E drive. I can make
All right, all right.
I can
It's
make it. Yeah. I have only one drive, so that is taken. Only one drive it's taken. So if it is, yeah. So just click on the next button. Once the password is, once you enter the passwords. So we are defining the parameter section here. Just see here, we are defining.
Ravindra, ఇక్కడ మాస్టర్ పాస్ ఫర్ ఆల్ యూజర్స్ అని అంటుంది కదా. సో వాట్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ యూజర్స్, ఏ యూజర్స్ ఉంటారు ఇక్కడ?
ఇక్కడ వస్తా, నేను చెప్తాను వస్తుంది. ఇక్కడ పాస్వర్డ్ యూజర్స్ విల్ బి క్రియేటెడ్. దేర్ ఆర్ ద మల్టిపుల్ యూజర్స్ విల్ బి క్రియేటెడ్ హియర్. సో దేర్ ఆర్ ద యూజర్స్ ఇన్ ద సెన్స్ హియర్ we have OS level users, then SAP level users, there the DB level users will be created. So OS level users means we have SID ADM user, right? Then one more user is called the SAP services SID. So SID means whatever the SID. Suppose you have SID is the NWD, then NWD ADM, then SAP services NWD, that will be created. SAP level users means SAP star DDIC users will be created. SAP star and DDIC. These are the SAP level users. So why? Because initially we don't have any user to log into the SAP system. So that we can log in here. Then DB level also, DB SID ADM user will be created here. So if you are giving the same SID for the SAP and DB, DB, then same SID will be ADM will be user will be created here. So yeah, this is the users will be created at operating system level, at SAP level, and database level. These are the users will be created. So that is where I am giving the master password for all users. These are the users will be created. Then once you click it, just click on the next button, then it will take into the next screen here.
And sir, will the users will have master access?
These are the master users which are creating. So those are having the super users. So it having, that's why master users for master passwords. So those are the master users.
How in Windows, like two users get created, like admin, administrator, and guest. So the similar way on SAP level, like
SAP star
SAP
DDIC.
Yeah, DDIC and SAP star, two users will be created.
Right. So it is processing here. So you want to know what exactly happening in these steps, right? So here it is asking the HANA database for SAP system. I think we mistakenly we have chosen the HANA database here, right? That is the reason it is asking the HANA database parameter. Then go back, we can go back anytime. Why? Because we need to choose the SQL server. So initially temporary, or just to cancel here. Close. Always when you are starting from your side, so always go to the task manager here, details, Here type SAP INST. There is a SAP INST process is there. You need to kill that process here if it is exist. So then go to the again here. Again we can start the go to the SWPM. We can start it. Why? Because we have wrongly chosen the thing here. Yeah, it is opening. Here also we can work it out, but it's a Chrome, right? It's a very, otherwise we can make it as a default screen, this one, default browser. So it will open here. Then enter the password. Then again we got the screen here, NetWeaver 7.5, our SQL server, then installation, application server above, standard system, standard. Next. No. Something we click wrong. Okay. So it is opening. Like this, we have to provide the inputs here, parameters, everything we have to provide here. I think we have already time left. We will pause it here. We can practice up to here how to launch the SWPM screen, then how to go to the further steps. Up to here, you can practice it here. Okay. So because it will take 1 more hour. So I think here if you guys already maybe time constraints, so we can stop it here. Then we can proceed tomorrow. Okay. That's fine,
Okay.
right?
Do we have sessions on weekends also?
That's we will decide